What does it mean to be a leader? Is it a title bestowed upon you by your job, or is it a characteristic you work hard to develop? Most of us understand there is a difference between being a boss and being a leader. Boss is a title given to you, while leader is a descriptor you have to earn. Bosses practice their golf putt in their offices, giving a command to work to keep the company afloat. Leaders are down in the trenches, working with their teams to achieve a common goal. Leadership can make or break an organization, and the good news is that leadership skills can be cultivated to help your business run more smoothly. When workers talk about the difference between good and bad bosses, they are talking about people who have leadership qualities versus those who are just in charge. Bad bosses are described as self-absorbed, selfish, lazy, rude, arrogant, and untrustworthy. Good bosses, described as leaders, are characterized as honest, supportive, trustworthy, respectful, and communicative. The difference matters. 77% of people with bad bosses plan to quit their jobs within the next year, compared to the 18% of those with good ones. Turnover is costly, but having a company culture based around surviving the whims of a bad manager is even worse. Theodore Roosevelt said, "People ask the difference between a leader and a boss. The leader leads and the boss drives." Was the 26th president a leader or a boss? The answer comes through a paradox. He was both. As a team supervisor in your organization, you need to zero in on becoming a leader out of being a boss. There needs to be a delegation and drive. But to have a fully engaged workforce, a boss must lead the team through example and employee development. Inspire your team to be the best they can be with the tools they have, and help them see the impact that make every day. One of the most famous examples of this is the legacy of the Rough Riders, who saw action in Cuba during the Spanish-American War. To be a better leader, you must take stock of your company's mission and clearly articulate priorities to your team. If you're not passionate about what you are doing, it will show. Your passion will be contagious to your team, and they will follow your example, including when you hold yourself to the same standards as everyone else. Don't be too rigid, though. Reassess from time to time to determine where changes can and should be implemented to make the company mission more sustainable and achievable. Generally, a leader will take care of the task using his organizational skill to get the highest possible return on investment. Using leadership skill, mental, and emotional intelligence. For leadership to effectively work, you have to cultivate the right team. Hire people who have skills that are different from your own, and empower them to do their jobs with as little interference as possible. Micromanaging is the sign of a weak boss, and leaders know that the people hired to do the job were hired because they can do the job. Delegating authority to those working for you frees you up to focus on more pressing matters. The essence of teamwork is that everyone is working together, using their specific skills to accomplish a shared goal. When that goal is accomplished, share the credit as well. Leaders recognize that no one gets to the top alone. The boss has a staff of yes men. A leader has a team of innovators whose goal is to eliminate ambiguity, expose threats, and achieve the desired outcome while minimizing harm. Effective leaders achieve confidence in their decision making by considering their options, thinking through the potential impact of the decision on the business and others, and listening to the input of those they trust. Oftentimes, These trusted advisors will challenge the leader's assumptions. If they see any red flags, they will give the leaders direct feedback. Their role is to ensure that the leader is fully informed of the options and the potential consequences of each. Effective leaders ask questions to understand divergent viewpoints and to evaluate the integrity of the valuable information. Then they challenge their own assumptions to avoid a hasty, reflexive decision. To be a success with set goals and objectives, we need leadership, and leadership has to start with you.